Hey guys, another week, another video. Today I want to try a new makeup look by this Instagram influencer. Her name is Isabel Rose. I thought this makeup look was so pretty, and it's Mother's Day weekend, so make sure you show all the mothers some love. If you're a mother, show yourself love. And if you've mothered many men in the past, celebrate today because this day is also for you, for me as well. Anyways, enough of that. Today I want to talk about something that I've been struggling with and something that I've been implementing into my life. I've been working a lot on how to stop being disappointed by the outcomes of life and learning to let go of things in the past and just move on. Sorry if my voice sounds weird. I actually got COVID last week, which sounds crazy, I know, because COVID hasn't been a thing for so long, but I got COVID somehow last week, so I'm isolating myself this weekend. Positive for COVID. That's not something I thought I'd ever hear again, but here we are, self-isolating again, and it's been not great, to be honest. Like, I've been feeling lonely, obviously, but I'm also like, I didn't even have many plans. I didn't have any plans to cancel, so this is also another topic I wanted to talk about this week. I feel like adulthood is really lonely, which you've probably heard from media as well. You know, adulthood is one of like the loneliest chapters of your life, going from school, because all your peers have moved on, your friends are moving on with their lives, you're moving on with your life, you're all going down different paths, but it's a lot harder to stay in contact, and you kind of really see who your real friends are, who sticks around, who doesn't, who still fits in your life, who doesn't fit in your life anymore, who doesn't make an effort to stay in your life. For whatever reason, things change and they aren't the same anymore as they were in school, and it's been hard for me because I've done a lot of personal growth as well the past couple months because of my personal situations. So because of that, like, a lot of my old relationships changed as well. I just have a different mindset now from before. I've become a lot more focused on what I want and the interests I have, which just don't align with my friends' interests anymore. And that's nothing about them, it's just that it can be really lonely when you're pursuing this type of path for yourself, which is self-growth and change, and your life is just changing, but no one else is on the same trajectory as you, you know. I saw this video about it and they called it the lonely chapter. You start outgrowing the people in your life because you decide to take on a new hobby, a new interests. You know, you start exploring another side of you that you didn't know existed before, and this is the side of you, it's a new version that the people in your life before have never seen, and they don't understand and they don't align with that. All they see is that you're changing and you're different now, and all you see is that you've become a different person from who you were when you knew those other people. And unfortunately, what that causes is, first of all, those people will not really recognize who you are anymore. They're still gonna have their old patterns with you. They're going to assume you're like your old self, and that's fair because they don't know this new version of you. And it's difficult for people sometimes to accept a changed version of you, or to know how to interact with a changed version of you. And you might not know how to interact with people from your life when you are a different person, when you become a new person. And it's not something I would say is good, because, you know, true friendships that are meant to last forever will adapt and change with you. If you become a different person, they'll support that, and if they become a different person, you'll support that. And even so, if you do support each other and all that, doesn't mean that you really have a place for each other in each other's lives anymore, because you've become such different people and your lives just don't mesh together anymore. And it's not personal, it's not falling out, it's not anything dramatic, it's just the way of life. And I guess that's why I've been feeling pretty lonely these days. I feel like I'm pursuing all these new things that are totally different than what my past self was like, and what, you know, my interests were, and how I interact with my friends. We don't think the same anymore, we don't act the same, we don't do the same things, we're not interested in the same things, and the only thing holding us together is our history and past. And those are still friendships I very much value, but I'm looking for more, and I still feel lonely even though I have those friendships, because I feel that people don't really understand me and they don't really care about me in a way that I need anymore, and that supports me and makes me feel like it's a real supportive and positive addition to my life. I want to keep growing. I want to keep pursuing the new things that I'm interested in and this new version of myself I'm growing into. I want to be her. And it's difficult when it feels like you're the only one, you know, doing it alone. Oh, it turned really dark. Is that even the topic I wanted to talk about today? I guess it's related, right? For me now, it's like a challenge more to get myself to meet new people and open up and find people that align with my mindset, values, goals, and try to push me to keep going towards the direction I want to be going in. And I'm unable to do that a lot of the time because I just have a lot of fear moving forward, not knowing if I'll fit in or not, if I can actually do it, you know, make friends, make new friends as an adult. It's difficult, it's really intimidating, and I don't know, I just don't feel like I'll be fully accepted, and it holds me back. But the point of this is me thinking of new ways for me to tackle this challenge that I'm facing. It's I want to start detaching from the outcome of situations, like just putting myself out there and detaching from the outcome. So what if someone rejects me? So what if they don't want to be my friend? So what if it doesn't work out? Because letting go, in my opinion, is actually taking power and taking control of the situation. Because in a situation where you have no control, you're helpless, you feel like you can't figure out how to make it work out for you. Once you realize that you can't control something, the only way you can start to feel in control again is to let go. Let go of the outcome, let go of your expectations, let go of that expectation that if you don't succeed, if something goes wrong, it's your fault, because it's not your fault. A lot of things are not in your control. All you can do is try your best, put your best effort in, and if it succeeds, if it fails after that, at least it doesn't matter, because you can say you did all you could, you tried your best. And this applies to romantic situations, friendships, work, anything in life. You can work hard, you can put in effort, you can do everything in your power to try to make the outcome perfect, and it can still go wrong. A lot of things can go wrong in life, and if you keep thinking that way, that if you keep working a certain way, doing certain things, that you're going to achieve a specific outcome and it doesn't happen, it's gonna cause you so much disappointment, so much grief, so much upset in your life. You can't even enjoy life. So my tip to myself, to everybody, is to just let go of that expectation and outcome, and let go of this impossible standard that you're giving yourself, this blame you're putting on yourself when things don't go right. Whenever something slightly good or bad happens to me in life, I find it hard not to see it as a sign that something else is coming because of that sign. So for example, if a bunch of people at work are complimenting me, I find it hard to stop myself from thinking what that could lead to in the future, you know? For example, I think if they're complimenting me, possibly it could lead to a promotion. Maybe I'm going to be like the future manager. Maybe I'm going to have to rise up to become like all this stuff. And then I put all this pressure on myself to do even better and better and better and better and make sure to impress everybody. But while that, it can be a good thing, it can push me to have bigger goals, to dream big, to get confidence into doing something, I also think it causes a lot of anxiety and overthinking. Because just as the good situation causes me to assume that something good is coming, a bad situation can push me to think something bad is coming, and just accepting my fate, or being so nervous that I got a bad sign of something, that it'll stop me completely from going after my goals and my dreams. So for example, if I went out on a date with somebody who was really disappointing, and then I assumed that all men like him, or whatever traits that he had, are bad guys, then every time I would go and pick a guy I'm going out on a date with, I would see those traits and be like, well, the first time it didn't work out, and that's a sign. All the guys are like this. This is bad. I can't continue to go out on dates. Or, you know, even worse, if one guy ruined my perception of men, and I went out and applied the same idea to all men, and I said, I can't go on dates anymore because this one experience I had shows me that everything else is just going to end up the same way. That outcome is going to be the same. Bad, right? Very dangerous. Another example, I used to do this as well. If I did really poorly in a course on an exam, instead of trying harder the next time or working hard so that I could make up for that bad grade or make up for my lack of knowledge, I would just see it as a sign that I'm not meant to be studying this subject. Me failing this test shows that I'm not meant to be here, that I can't do well, I'll never do well. So what's the point? I should just give up. And that's what I mean when I say you shouldn't take one experience or one little occurrence in your life as fact to apply to the rest of your life. And it's an issue I've been having as well, which is why I wanted to share it with you and why I want to remind myself as well. One bad experience with someone can't be applied to every other area of your life and assumed as fact, because that is quite literally going to stop you from many opportunities in your life by assuming that everything is going to be like it was the first time it happened to you, or getting super attached to the outcome of a situation. I think it's also a defense mechanism for me to distance myself from things that hurt me. For example, like an exam. I'm not just gonna strictly apply this to romance because everybody knows the romantic examples. Like once you have one bad romantic experience, someone breaks your heart, you always try to look out for red flags to protect yourself so that you won't get hurt again. But really you're just push everyone away, because that's kind of just how I work. Whenever I'm single again after a really traumatic, heartbreaking experience, I just become really guarded. I don't want to open myself up again, because every time I start talking to someone, I start liking them a little bit. The only thing I think about is the outcome. The outcome is probably that I'll be heartbroken again, and I don't want that. And I want to avoid that at all costs. But how can I when I'm just assuming everyone's a bad guy because of the first experience I had or the first couple experiences I had? I can't do that. It's really harmful and negative to my life and my growth and my experiences. I just said I wouldn't talk about romance, but I went down that tangent. The other one is like grades, school, your career. Being bad at something the first time doesn't write your future. Because you fail a test the first time doesn't mean that you're not meant to be doing something. Doesn't mean that you're meant to fail your whole life, that you can't succeed. It's called hard work. It's called putting in effort for what you want, what you believe in, and trying to achieve your goals no matter what the odds seem to be telling you. You need to keep striving towards your goals and not letting small negative, let's not say small, I don't want to diminish my experiences, but letting negative experiences dictate your future. While yes, your negative experiences should teach you something in life and you should learn a lesson from the mistakes you've made and the bad experiences you've had, but really in reality, it wasn't your fault. You know, you were a different person, you were more naive, you had to experience things to learn things. And letting go and just living in the moment and being smart, using your wisdom to protect you isn't a bad thing until it becomes a bad thing. Until it becomes you assuming the outcome of everything and stopping yourself from trying things, from experiencing things, from learning things again. Because I think that's what caused my mistakes the first time around. When I was young, I was super black and white about things. I was super strict about what was right and what was wrong, to the point where I restricted myself a lot from doing and experiencing life, because I just assumed this type of guy is bad, avoid. This type of person is evil, avoid. This type of person isn't a good person, they want to hurt you, so you avoid them. And then when I realized that I was losing out on so much experience in my life and stopping myself from meeting people, just life experiences in general, I was holding myself back. I went crazy. I went the complete opposite end. I started assuming that bad people were good and letting them hurt me and use me, and then I ended up in a bad situation, and It caused me to think really negatively about people. It caused me to start assuming the worst in people again. There's no assuming the best in people and assuming the worst in people. You gotta have a middle ground. It's called having judgment. And for me, I feel like my judgment has always been either way this way or way this way. They're either the best person in the world or the worst person in the world. And that's not the correct way to think. And I'm not assuming that you guys are like this as well. I'm saying that I'm like this and that I'm trying to deal with it and I'm working on it and I'm trying to, how do you say it? I want myself to experience the world and stop making assumptions about people and to just live life and let go and move on from things in my past and not let that hold me back all the time. I think I'm doing my best, but it's been hard. It's been really hard to detach from outcomes and to not have expectations and not take things personally. And what can I say? I'm human too, guys. Life isn't easy and all I want is for things to work out, and I'm sure that's all that everyone wants. But it's been really enlightening for me to be able to realize that I just need to let go sometimes and just let things happen. Even when things don't work out, I hate hearing this, but it's for a reason, you know, things don't work out for a reason. Not all things are meant to be. What's meant to be will be, and what's not meant to be won't be. That's the way of life. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the let them theory. It's just letting go of the fact that you can't control other people and let them be. You let them do what they want to do. You let them say what they want to say. You let them hurt you. You let them try to hurt you. You let them do whatever it is they want to do. Don't try to stop them. Don't intervene. Just sit back and be yourself and focus on what you can do for yourself. And this one helped me a lot with healing from my last breakup. You couldn't imagine how devastated I was by it. I was thinking about them all the time, what they were doing, if they were gonna hurt me, if they were trying to reach out to me, if they missed me, if they were thinking about me, if they cared about me still. And honestly, all his actions showed that he didn't care about me, he didn't love me, he didn't think about me, he didn't miss me. But I couldn't accept that, you know. I wanted to stop him from hurting me. I wanted him to show me that he cared about me, but his actions all showed that he didn't. And I couldn't accept that, you know. I was asking him, like, how can you do this after 2 years together? How can you treat me like you didn't even know me? You don't even care about me one bit. You didn't even love me. And I can imagine for others why it would be hard to let them theory is so hard to apply, because at the time I didn't want to let them, you know, like I wanted to control the situation. I wanted it to be different. I didn't know why someone would act like that, because I wouldn't act like that. And the point is how much grief, sadness, and how much anger and absolute like loss of control I had over my feelings because of the way that someone else acted is why I truly believe in this theory now, the let them, because I just want to detach from everyone. I just want to let them do what they want to do. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It doesn't reflect any part of me. It doesn't reflect my worth, my value, my character. Let them do whatever it is they want to do. Be selfish, be inconsiderate, be an asshole. Go ahead, because it only says something about you. It says nothing about me. Yeah, just let them embarrass themselves. Let them make a fool of themselves. Let them look back one day and see that they f***ed up, that they aren't a good person, that they hurt you. They did it to hurt you. So let them and let go. My 2 practices and my 2 lessons that I want to share with you guys. While I try to implement this into my life, I hope you can try to implement this into your life as well. I'm gonna go now and relax, and I hope you guys like this video. I still haven't been able to make a 500 subscriber special, and I don't know what you guys want to see, so let's just make it the 1000 subscriber special when I get there, if I get there. And I'll think of something by then for sure. This is the final makeup look. Maybe I should add some sparkles so you guys can see some sparkle.
Barbie sparkles, so no excuses. I'm not just trying this because I want to. No, I do want to. I'll add extra.
Okay, this is the final look. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you're able to apply some of this to your life while I also try to do the same. If you guys want to see any other videos, please let me know. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you to all of you who have been around for a while. I love you all, and see you in the next one. Bye.